Nearly 2 decades, Alessandro Del Piero donned the colours of Juventus, along the way winning 6 league titles, a Champions League, and establishing himself as a true legend of the Turin club. But what happens if you move him aged 34 to a mid-table League One side? Let's find out. And the club he'll be moving to? Cumbria's Carlisle United. Back in 1975, they'd spend one season in England's top flight, earning some historic victories against some of the world's biggest clubs before their eventual relegation. Since then, there hasn't been much to cheer about, as they fell back down the pyramid. In the 09-10 season, down in League One, Carlisle would finish the campaign in 14th position, safely away from relegation, but also 22 points adrift of a playoff place. With the arrival of Del Piero, things should improve. Despite now being in his mid-30s, he's still a formidable player. In an injury-hit campaign for Juventus, he'd find the back of the net 11 times in 29 matches. Technically, he's still top quality. He's an elite dribbler, set-piece taker, and finisher. Some of his physicals are on the decline, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue at this level. And surprisingly, there is some quality already in this side. Ian Hart, a familiar face for Leeds fans, is going to be in at left back. He'd make over 200 Premier League appearances. Invaluable experience at this level. In the centre of defence is a 22-year-old Richard Keogh. With nearly 500 championship appearances to his name, I think the defence should be pretty solid this season. Tactically, we're going to go with a 4-4-2 with a counter-attacking style. Del Piero will be partnering former West Bromwich Albion striker Scott Dobie up front. We've given the Italian a free role to come deeper to receive the ball, dribble as much as possible, and also shoot from range. Let's move through the season and see what happens. He actually made a slow start to the season, failing to score in the opening 3 matches. Against Stockport, he finally broke the duck, firing home on the cutback. Stockport were unfortunate to find the Italian in deadly form, as he scored all of Carlisle's goals in the victory. He had a serious talent for finding space on the edge of the box. After an error by the Leyton Orient defender, once again the ball's cut back to him, and he converts. Unfortunately, they'd go down 3-2 to the London side. Against Brighton, Del Piero would open the scoring. The now Premier League side would prevail, courtesy of a 94th minute winner. His partnership with Dobie's been flourishing too. A nice through ball by the Scottish international, and our man finds the back of the net. At the halfway stage of the campaign, Carlisle United is sitting in 11th place, 8 points adrift of the playoff places. Offensively, they've been strong, scoring 42 goals. The defence has been disappointing though, leaking only 1 less than bottom of the league Stockport. To have any chance of promotion, that's going to need to improve. The second half of the season saw more goals for the Italian. Against Huddersfield, he proved why you can't give him any space outside the area. For the second time in the campaign, he scored 4 in a game as the Yorkshire side were put to the sword. Here against Millwall, he demonstrates some of those creative passing qualities, finding the perfect through ball to his partner, who does the rest. The late Del Piero winner ensured the 3 points as high-flying Millwall were beaten. His final goal of the season came against Norwich, and it was probably the most simple, an easy rebound by his standards. Norwich would prevail though, and the season ended with a loss. But how did Del Piero perform over the entire campaign? In 39 League One matches, he contributed 30 goals and 11 assists. Directly, these 41 contributions led to Carlisle picking up 31 points. Over the course of the season, his shot conversion percentage was 24.6. He proved to be a pretty effective weapon, getting on the ball frequently, completing 176 dribbles over the year. Despite scoring 30 goals, he wouldn't be the recipient of the league's Golden Boot. That honour would go to Southampton's Ricky Lambert. Del Piero did receive the most man of the match awards though, but how did his side perform in the table? With Del Piero, they could only improve 1 position to 13th. They actually accumulated the exact same number of points. They'd score 9 more goals in total, but would also concede 9 more. Sadly, with the 8th worst defence in the division, they couldn't find that stability which could have given them a platform for promotion. Whilst Del Piero's goals couldn't fire them much further up the table, he still had an impressive impact in Carlisle. Even now, after retiring a decade ago, he's still fondly remembered in Italy, and now further afield in northern England.